Hello and welcome. Today's practice for the lower body is the best suited for those of you who have been sitting a lot today, or the opposite, maybe you had a long run or you did too many squats. Either way, this stretch will be perfect, not only for the physical body, but also we want to release the hips, to release any tension, also emotional, that you might be holding to. No props are needed, and you can start just in the tabletop position on hands and knees. The hands are underneath the shoulders, the knees under the hips, and we will do some hip circles, so picking up the right leg and tracing big circles with your knee, with your hip, just as far as you can get. Maybe this is the first stretch of you today, so no need to go too far, too deep. Slowly we will get deeper during this short but hopefully efficient practice. You can switch direction. One more round and bring the knee back on the mat, switching sides, so picking up the left leg and doing the same. Notice where you hold tension today, some aches and pains, but also notice how you are feeling today emotionally, what is going on in your mind. Switch direction. Last round, and bring the knees back together. Coming with the right foot in between the hands for low lunge. So make sure that the knee doesn't go past the ankle, and then you can just sink the hips lower, closer to the mat. You can look forward or a little bit up if it's okay for your neck. And you can stay on palms down or on the fingertips, whatever is accessible. If the floor is still too far, you can also just stay up here and use the hands on your thighs for the counter stretch. Just keep pressing against the right thigh with your hands. Choose the variation that works for you today in the moment. And we will stay here for a few breaths. Just notice the stretch, the sensation in the body. You can also close your eyes if you are comfortable, so you really feel what's going on in your body. You can stay here, or you can lean a little bit on your left palm, left hand, and you can turn back with your right hand, pick up the left foot for quad stretch. So adding on, but you can also stay just in the lunge. Still keep pressing the hips down so the quad stretch doesn't make us go higher. We want to still bring the left thigh closer to the mat. If you were holding onto the left foot, you can let it go. Come back into low lunge and then straighten, stretch the front leg for half splits. So going with your hips a little bit backwards, but we are not completely sitting down, staying kind of halfway. And the front doesn't have to be straight completely, a small bend in the knee is fine. Take a deep breath in and out. Now come all the way back to be seated. Bring the left foot to the right inner thigh and raise the arms up, look up, And then with the arms bent forward for head to knee stretch. So still working on the hamstrings that get to be super tight for many people. I know for me for sure. And again, just go as far as it's comfortable. So you want to feel some stretch, but definitely it shouldn't be painful, unbearable. We don't want anything like that in yoga. We are also stretching into the spine, the lower back here. So targeting many areas at the same time. And you can let go of the right foot, come slowly back up and find your way back into the tabletop position. And doing the same sequence on the other side, so the left foot goes in between the hands for low lunge. Choose the variation, maybe this is different, maybe this side is stiffer or more loose. So you don't have to necessarily completely repeat what you did on the right side. Make sure your belly is free so the breath can come all the way down there. If you want to, adding a quad stretch, so grab the right foot with your left hand. Let go of the right foot. Place the left hand back and stretch into the left leg for half splits. And come all the way back down to seat. Bring the right foot in the inner groin, inner thigh of the left leg. Raise the arms up, rock up, really pick yourself up, be tall as possible, and then start folding forward. The front, the left leg doesn't have to be straight. Bend it as much as needed and enjoy the stretch. Release the hold of the left foot, slowly come back up. And then you can cross at the ankles, come back into the tabletop position, but this time we will place the hands a little bit forward, tuck the toes under and come into your first downward facing dog. So you can paddle the feet or do any little movements that feel good here. You can nod your head, relax your shoulders. Take a moment to really feel what you need right now. Or maybe it's the opposite, you need some stillness. Really listen to you, your body. Keep pressing the hips up towards the ceiling. And pick up the right leg, bend the knee, open the hip. And then bring the right knee behind the right wrist for pigeon pose. So you can straighten the left leg behind you. Find the point of center so you are not leaning onto one side more than the other. And then you can fall down as far as you want to go. So you can still stay on your hands or on your forearms, or you can place your head down. So first Find the pose that suits you the best and then relax into it. And we will take deep 5 breaths in here. Use your hands for support when you lift yourself back up, finding downward facing dog once more. Feel the difference in between the left and right side of the body. And pick up the left leg, bend the knee, keep pressing the knee higher towards the ceiling, the right ankle towards the mat. And then find pigeon pose on the left side. So any movements that help you get into the pose. And once you think you found it, you can fall down as deep as you want to go. And again, 5 deep breaths in here. Slowly come out of the pose and we will find our last downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Again, any little movements here, last bit of a stretch. And then come back onto your knees and come to take a seat. Any way that feels good, cross-legged, kneeling. And you can close your eyes, bring your hands together to touch in front of the heart for Anjali Mudra. And notice how your lower body feels, if the hips are a bit more released, the hamstrings, the thighs. Just observe for a moment here. Maybe emotionally there is also something that has shifted. Namaste. Thank you that you joined me for this quick but I hope well-rounded practice for the lower body. I tried to target all these areas that can be really tensed, at least for me, from my experience. And I hope you liked the video. Just let me know in the comments what you thought of that. Hope to see you again soon. Bye!